Well, as he prepares to play for his national team against Northern Ireland and Slovenia, Rasmus Hojlund has gone ahead and really dropped a very huge hint as far as his transfer to Man United is concerned. And one will ask, where has he spoken this from? You know, every time players are at their national team, they are really exposed to their national media, especially their respective countries. And in particular, for Rasmus Hojlund, these are Danish journalists that are going to hate to pose questions to him. And they've been really huge. He has talked about talking with Erik ten Hag on video calls. I'm going to let you know what he said, and loads of his links to Man United. Very brilliant young man that knows how to keep secrets. That's it. So, Rokan David is my name. Smash like button, comment and share. Jurrien Sancho is one of those that United is really looking at moving on. Something that I'm really skeptical about, but I'm going to come here and will give you my real view about it. And lastly, we are going to do something concerning Jurrien Timber. Another one on the international duty has gone ahead and really thrown in a very huge update as far as his next move is concerned. Let's see, close to 200 likes smash on this video. I'm soon going to call for 300 because you guys are showing me that when I call for 200, you give me 200. So I think I'm going to start calling in for 200. But guys, thank you very much. Continue subscribing. We've hit 13,000 subscribers and I'm really elated. And you guys are really very, very, very good. I don't know how I can reward you, but the best way to reward you is to give you this unending content on a daily here onto the United Matters channel. Let's go eyes on Rasmus Hojlund. Now, Rasmus Hojlund, while in Denmark, has been asked about the rumors about him joining Man United, and this is what he had to say. He said, it's a huge club. That's it. And so I must have done something right if it says he want me. My goal is to reach the top shelf, and you can say that Man United is, so it will be huge. Then they told him, Ten Hag, there has been no video call with him. That's what he really had to say, and that is Rasmus Hojlund. And if at all you know how to read things in the envelope very well, you'll understand that this is the guy communicating that he's okay to come to Man United. And after being asked about a video call with Erik ten Hag, he added on and said that I can't say anything about that, meaning that there is something you're going to hate to discuss with Erik ten Hag. That's why he can't say anything about that. Now, the big article or the big emphasis should be put onto this. My goal is to reach the top shelf, and you can say that United is, so it will be huge. So his aim is to reach a top shelf, and you can say United is, meaning that United is the top shelf that Rasmus Hojlund want to play for next. So what else do you want from Rasmus Hojlund? He has shown out his concern very well, and you really understand that January this year, he was asked about which team he supports. 100% Man United, and would be crazy to play for it. And there is the way God does his things, you know, God amazes me most times, because look at Rasmus Hojlund. It was January when he said this. 2 or 3 months later, when he went for the international break in March, I think it was 13th March, then stories of United, of him being linked to Manchester United surpassed. Showed up. And then showed up, Hojlund was really excited. And he went ahead and really scored a hat-trick in his first Danish game. And then he scored a brace in his second game. So, in the games he's going to play over, I think 16th is going to be when? Friday and Monday, we are going to find ourselves in a situation of really knowing how far he can go. But he has just told us everything about his transfer to Man United. And all about the video calls that Ten Hag is going to hate to be calling. He has said there has been no video call with him. That is it. And you know that these players are really taken through what we call media lessons, and they are coached. So they know what to say and what not to say, Let me give you an example. These players, before they are signed officially and unveiled, when they are asked about a deal, they'll tell you that I don't talk to that manager. I don't know what the future is all about. Now, after the transfer is done and dusted and the player is unveiled by that club, he will come out in his interview and says, we've been having multiple conversations with this manager. So, I wonder why they can't say this, but we all understand that they'll be breaching the contract codes or clauses that they have with their respective teams. Now, I brought you a story, I think, towards the end of last year about Lewandowski and Sir Alex Ferguson. Lewandowski told us that, but he revealed this after, I think it's a decade now, a decade plus. It's like a decade and 3 years. Those are 13 years. After playing a certain game at Borussia Dortmund, he got a message coming in from Sir Alex Ferguson on his phone. He was telling him that, I want to sign you. He was excited, and then he told Jurrien Klopp, and Jurrien Klopp said no. So everyone should know the process of a transfer. Who initiates the process of the transfer is the manager of that respective team. He talks to the player. If the player gives him green light, the player sends his agent to the manager connects his agent to the team, to the board and the negotiators. They start negotiating. Then after everything is done, then the agent and the player will let the team that they play for that, we want a move away from this club, their offers. Are you willing to take them? Yes or no. If there is will to take the offers, then the player is sold. If there is no will, then it's not taken. So him ending it, we are back to the video conference calls that they've been having together with Erik ten Hag. Him coming out and concluding on the video calls that there is not, I can't say anything about that, meaning that they've been having and holding them, because all the sources that are telling us this news are really credible. United, Manchester Evening News is really so much close to Man United, and they really know exactly what is happening between Erik ten Hag and Rasmus Hojlund. But I'm so excited that Rasmus Hojlund looks like is going to give us a first hint to join Manchester United. If I told you are well conversant and good at reading things through the envelope, then you know what exactly he meant. That this deal is in the pipeline and they are working on it, and the video calls are really being done in between him and Erik ten Hag. Now, let's go to this story. Tottenham Hotspur are lining up a surprise move for Man United attacker Jadon Sancho this summer. The England international joined Man United, the Red Devils, from Borussia Dortmund for 72.7 2 years ago, but he has struggled to make a significant impact. And they added, Man United sets £60 million price tag for Jadon Sancho this summer. Something that I don't really agree with. Look at the source, Daily Star Sport. Daily Star Sport is the outlet that has a journalist called Cross, who came out and said that Rashford has refused to sign a new contract for Man United because he's calling in for £400,000 a week. Rashford came out and quoted that tweet and replied to it. So after they deleted it, this is not a credible source. If the source was credible, I would have gone ahead and come in here and we told you that, yeah, Jadon Sancho is considered for sale. And I don't think that in this era where we are planning to lose close to 2 or 3 homegrown players, and other English players, that we can let Jadon Sancho go. Look at how Jadon Sancho concluded this season. It is all evident that during the preseason, he was being played on the right side of the pitch and he delivered. Towards the end of the season, he came in through and he was played onto the right side of the pitch and he delivered. So, every day, Erik ten Hag believes that there is a player in Jadon Sancho that can really thrive. One thing that has shown me that Sancho cannot be gotten out of this team is his work rate. Remember, ever since the game of Man City, that they trounced us 6-3, Jadon Sancho only played 45 minutes and was taken off. Do you know why? He was not tracking back. That was the problem. And then he went to rehabilitation. From rehabilitation, ever since he returned, he has been a busybody and a steady Eddie onto that pitch. Things concerning intensity are no longer things that he no longer doesn't do. He does them to the max. That is Jadon Sancho for you. So I really like Jadon Sancho and I think there is a player in him. One thing I can really agree with people who really want him out, he deserves one more season. Let's give Sancho one more season. This season of Jadon Sancho has been having a lot of disturbances, including him spending 3 months not actively playing the game because he was really he was undergoing what we call a rehabilitation. So him doing rehabilitation and managing to come back and obviously putting in these numbers in a season, because he found himself scoring 6 goals in the Premier League and 3 assists. Those are 9 goal involvements, and he scored 1 goal in the Europa League. Those are 7. That is Jadon Sancho for you. So coming in through and really putting in 10 goal involvements in 30, how many games? Those are 28. In like 40 games, I think that is something great for Jadon Sancho, and I think people should really leave him alone, because look at his numbers. You know, people are really telling that he played very badly, but can I compare him to Jack Grealish? Let me show you what Grealish did in this in this City side, and you're going to get to know that people are just having a bias onto Jadon Sancho. Now, Jack Grealish played 28 Premier League games, you know, and Sancho played 28. Grealish scored 5 goals and made 7 assists, you know. Sancho scored 6 goals, 1 more than Jack Grealish, and put in 3 assists. So now, if you're talking about a player like Jadon Sancho, compare him with other players that you're praising that have gone ahead to perform well in the league. Trust me, if Sancho never missed out on some 2 months of the season between December, I think he went around 15th. After the game of Chelsea, 15th October, that's when Sancho never played a game for Man United. Not so? I think that's it. So, I think he missed out on close to some 8 games towards the World Cup break. Then when he came in through, when we came back from the World Cup, we played very many games until he returned around, I think it was around February. So he missed out on close to, because he played close to 65 games this season and he only played 40. So he missed out on close to 25 games. If Sancho could add only 15 to those games, he would have gone ahead to score 10 goals this season and put in close to 10 assists. And that is something I believe is going to go on and really manufacture next season, because Ten Hag really believes in him, and I don't see him leaving the club of Man United because there is a talent in him. And no team can get you £60 million for Jadon Sancho right about now, amidst of his age. But I think there is a huge drop-off in his career, and he needs to really find himself back. But he showed us some flashes of Jadon Sancho and what he can do towards the final bend of the season. And people are so much leaning onto the finale that we played against Man City, but there are very many players on that team that played very badly. Apart from Garnacho, Rafael Varane, Bissaka, Luke Shaw, and Lindelof, the rest of the players were crap. Now, if you're extending your hatred, extend it to other players like Bruno Fernandes, Eriksson, Marcus Rashford, understand? All of those players. Casemiro also had a very bad game on the day. Fred had a very bad game on the day. So, don't judge a player according to one performance. Look at the stats of the season and compare them with other players that have been playing at different teams and see. Sancho is just some 10 goals away from hitting 20 goals a season. And with United, I know we're going to be playing next season, playing a better style of football, tiki-taka, trying to impose the philosophy of Erik Ten Hag. I really understand that Sancho is going to turn into a very good player because talent, he has it. He has gone ahead to increase his intensity and the distance he covers on the field of play, so I really anticipate him to be here. Now, let's go to Jurrien Timber, a player that snubbed Erik Ten Hag, because before we went in for Lisandro Martinez, Ten Hag wanted in Jurrien Timber. Now, Ten Hag has gone ahead and really told us that, Jurrien Timber told us that, will I stay with Ajax anyway? I'm not sure. I can't say that. I can't stay that. I'm not in talks with Ajax now. My agent had a good talks a few times, but it's like we are talking about anything. Right now. That's what he told Van Dijk inside. So for Jurrien Timber, he's a player who missed out on opportunity, and I think when he sees Lisandro Martinez and how I was going to hate to fit into that team, he really believes that would have been one of those that would have gone to hate to play a very huge part into that United side. But it was a blessing in disguise for us to miss out onto Jurrien Timber, and we got in Lisandro Martinez because he has been an absolute beast into that central defense of Man United. And Ten Hag looks like he's not willing to look back at Jurrien Timber after identifying defenders like Himinje and Disasi that are really doing great for him. So let's wait and see whether we can go back for Jurrien Timber or not. But in the next video, I'm bringing you Frankie de Jong. He has issued a statement that shows his future uncertainty at Barcelona. So your thoughts on Hojlund vocalizing his United transfer are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Sancho up for sale with question marks? And lastly, Jurrien Timber. Do you think Ten Hag will go back for him? I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Me out for now. See you later.